Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me.
Autumn is approaching, and that can only mean one thing. It's football season, and it's time to play fantasy football. Lucky for you, you're right where you need to be. So sit back, relax, and turn up the volume on your streaming device. Johnny Ballgame, Sir Poops-a-Lot, and the Fantasy Reaper are about to deliver humor and fantasy gold at the same time. Crush your opponent with a smile. It's Fantasy Sports Island.
Fantasy Sports Island. Crushing your opponent with a smile. The band is back together, ladies and gentlemen. The whole crew is here for tonight's show.
This is the equivalent of the Beatles reunited.
Yeah, easily.
It is like Kiss if Ace Frehley and Peter Criss came back.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's that important. It's that important.
I agree. I'm hanging out with my boys on the island for an end of the week rap session. And today we're going to mix it up with some wide receivers.
Kill it.
Welcome to the show, Johnny Ballgame.
What?
How you feeling tonight, John?
Man, I feel awesome. If I were any better, I'd be like two people. You know what I mean?
Well,
Welcome back to the show.
You used to be two people of all games.
Tony Brooks.
Great. Hey, what's up? How are you, gents? Good to see you.
How you doing tonight, Tony?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know, if I don't complain a little bit, I wouldn't be Tony Poop. So, but I'm doing all right.
You must be doing all right because you're looking angelic right now with that light coming up behind you.
Like a glow about you. Are you pregnant, Tony? Because you've got a glow.
I might get pregnant this weekend. Let's see.
There you
And
go.
welcome back to the show, the Fantasy Rolls Royce. Welcome, sir.
What's up, dude?
Hey.
Royce.
Nice to see you guys. Michael Thomas, top 20?
Nope.
Here we go.
All right, guys,
Already
this just
started.
in. Breaking news. Amari Cooper just filed a sexual assault suit against Deshaun Watson.
Oh,
I love it.
Will this be settled out of court? We'll find out soon.
Massage it. Massage it.
scratch him off the top 20 then. Might be my
All right,
number
guys.
one.
If you guys like humor and fantasy football at the same time, you're in the right place. Hit
Gotcha.
that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell because we're back to doing it weekly, and you're not going to want to miss when we drop that new video each week. We hope you enjoy. If you got any comments and stuff you want to see in the show, don't forget you can lay us a comment or two. We appreciate all input. And now, tonight's show, we're talking about our top 20 wide receivers. Last week was the top 15 running backs, but you need more wide receivers. There are more wide receivers in fantasy football, so we got to give you more top wide receivers. That's why we're going 20 tonight, and it's our consensus as a channel, top 20 wide receivers. We're going to get to that right now, but first we have a couple news items I wanted to go over real quick. The Baltimore Ravens, on a serious note, had a tough day yesterday. They lost two members of their family. First was Jalen Ferguson, linebacker, passed away at the age of 26. And then we found out later that Tony Siragusa, longtime Raven, passed away at the age of 55. I want to talk to you, John, first about Tony Siragusa and what he meant to you.
Man, I think everybody just loved that dude. Even if you didn't like the Ravens, you had to love Tony Siragusa. I mean, he's like everything that was good about like football in the 80s and 90s, and just I don't know, man. He was like one of those guys on Hard Knocks. It was always funny. He's just a funny guy, and I like people who love life, and that guy clearly loved life. And so it sucks. 55 years old, dead. Doesn't make sense in the world. So
Yeah, and you know what doesn't make sense is Jalen Ferguson dying at the age of 26. We don't have details of what happened, and I don't want to speculate too much, but I'm hoping it's not like a mental illness type issue, mental health thing. Have you heard anything, Tony?
I've heard rumors, so I don't want to speculate either. Like there could have been substance issues and so on and so forth, but it does sound like there might have been something with his, I wouldn't say his character, but possibly mental health, personality, something or other, but we'll see. But it's so young, man. And I wish he could have got the help that he needed, whatever it was. But then again, we'll see. It could have been something we don't know about. It's just really sad.
Yeah, it's a tough day for the Ravens. Now let's talk about some fun stuff on a lighter note. Oh wait, no, we got to talk about Deshaun Watson again.
Oh man,
he settled 20 of the 24 lawsuits, and don't forget, 3 more women are considering actually filing a lawsuit as well, so it could go up to 27. And so he settled 20 of the 24. Does this mean anything to you guys at all? Does this make it more or less likely that he'll get suspended, longer, shorter? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of a joke personally. I mean, he's getting his money together and they're making deals. And the NFL, the Browns, whoever's going, okay, as long as you settle all this stuff, you can play. I mean, for me personally, I don't know, man. He sounds like a real piece of work. So I don't think he's deserving. But we'll see what happens. Is he going to just keep paying these people off? That's what you do now. You just pay people money and then nothing happens to you. So,
well, reports came out that the NFL is going to look to suspend him for an entire season. And of course, we know he makes $1 million this year and then 50 the next. If he were to get longer than one season and he settled all these lawsuits with these ladies out of court, now we don't know the figures, but I'm assuming we're talking millions of dollars here. It is possible that he could get more than a season and have to pay out all these women and could take quite a hit financially if this goes into next season. I think that would be very deserving myself. That's just my opinion. And we'll see if the NFL has the balls to suspend this guy for multiple seasons, like what happened to Trevor Bauer. And Trevor Bauer,
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer got 2 years suspension, and it was for 2 different indictments. Actually, only one, and then another girl came forward later. We're talking about 24 and a potential 27 people that have accused Deshaun Watson of sexual assault. I don't understand how it could only be one season. John, what do you think?
It's a conspiracy. Never happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the word on the streets. That no, I mean, think about this. He could pay each of them $1 million, and next year still pocket $25 million.
Yeah,
right.
That feels right. That adds up. Yeah.
If he gets suspended next year, that's going to put quite a hammer on the pocketbook of Deshaun Watson.
I honestly don't think he's going to get suspended more than a year. I think him settling this has helped quell it a little bit, and I think he'll get 6 weeks to a year, somewhere in there. The only thing that's helping the case to suspend him is how much focus there is right now on the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins, who are now Commandos, and how much the sexual harassment piece on that is impacting the NFL, with Goodell going and talking to the Congressional Oversight Committee, which I wish our government had more important things to do than talk about football, but that's a whole different conversation. But I think with all the focus on sexual harassment and all the stuff that was going on there, that might actually make Roger Goodell go at least a year. You're out.
All right.
I agree.
Wow.
And let me throw something else at you from a fantasy football perspective. Say he gets a year. Baker's sitting there. Do you ask him to play? Does he put his tail between his legs and say, "Hey, we need you, buddy," or is he going to give the big finger and said, "Trade me"?
Yeah.
I mean, what happens? This year's going to be completely lost if he gets suspended, which I hope he does. And from a fantasy perspective, are the Browns going to be toxic then? I mean, who are you going to trust?
Yeah, you can't go with Jacoby Brissett. if that's their plan, then it's a lost season as
Right.
far as I'm concerned. At least with
Right.
Baker, he's proven they can win with him.
Right.
And it would be good for value of Amari Cooper as well, who right now is down.
But I gotta he's not in there learning anything. I mean, he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's the same system he was running last year, so I guess it's okay. But
Right.
he didn't do that well last year in the system when he was practicing. So we
He was
expect him-
injured though. The year before he did pretty good though.
Yeah.
And I think for Baker too, this is his last year of his contract too, I believe, with the
Yeah. They're
Browns.
still
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to trade him to
Yeah.
Carolina, but
yeah.
perhaps the snag is they want to know what
What's gonna happen
they're
with
fearful that Deshaun
Watson,
is
right?
going to get suspended for a whole year, I think.
Right.
All right, now let's go on to happier things.
Yes, please.
And let's talk about wide receivers. You guys ready?
Oh,
Yay.
Let's do it.
Ooh.
Top 20 fantasy wide receivers.
Top 20 consensus wide receivers on Fantasy Sports Island. We're going to go down the list 1 through 20, talk about it, and then we're going to discuss the guys that didn't make our list and what we think, if they got robbed or if they did not deserve to make the list. So let's start with our number 1 wide receiver.
Number 1 Cooper Kupp.
who could it be?
Did we have any inkling that it would not be Cooper Kupp? Cooper Kupp is our number 1 wide receiver, of course. And let me just get right into Cooper Kupp's why he's number 1, okay? He either got 100 yards or a TD or both on 13 of the 17 games. He got it either 100 yards or a touchdown or both. So he's very consistent. He scored in double digits fantasy-wise in every single game he played.
Unbelievable.
So head-to-head, total points, whatever you play, Cooper Kupp was the most consistent receiver in fantasy football.
Wow.
And he also scored the most points in fantasy history at the wide receiver position. John, was there any other reason not to have Cooper Kupp number 1?
No, it was the most dominant season I've ever seen by wide receiver. And I grew up watching Jerry Rice. And this was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. And it's not so much because his quarterback was so great, even though I love Stafford, I really do. But you can't help but be great at a quarterback when you're throwing to a receiver who's always open. It's always open. It wasn't like he was making these tough catches. He's such a good route runner that he's always open. That's all I'm saying.
Tony, why is he always open?
I don't know. We still don't really know. I mean, you got to know what you're doing. You got to be fast. You got to be smart. You got to be quick. He's good at fooling his defenders or whatever. There's no other way to do it because it's not like people are like, oh, there's Cooper Kupp. Just ignore him. The guy's remarkable, man. And I love too when he is being teamed or double teamed, and you never see him like diving for the ball, and a safe, like somebody tipping it away from him. He's always just wide open. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It even makes me mad.
He's the fantasy nerd. Like he runs
Yeah.
precise routes and he's always open, and Stafford gets the ball to him on time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every single one of you guys ranked Cooper Kupp number 1 except for one person. That was me. I did not put Cooper number 1, and it's not because I don't love Cooper Kupp and what he did. I respect everything he did last year. But
Why do you hate
name
Cooper
me the last receiver that put together back-to-back number 1 fantasy wide receivers.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
It hasn't happened. It won't happen. I think Cooper Kupp, the stars aligned for him last year. It started with the Akers injury, so they went a little bit more pass-heavy. Then Robert Woods went down and so forth, and they had to rely a lot on Cooper Kupp. And not to mention, he just got out of the gates running, and he never slowed down. He didn't get injured. A lot of things had to happen well for Cooper Kupp. That's not going to be like that this year. He'll still be really good, and I expect a top 5, top 3 even season from Cooper Kupp, but I just don't see him repeating as the number 1 wide receiver.
Totally get it.
Who was your number 1, Chuck?
My
Jerry
number
Rice.
1 was the guy that is our consensus number 2.
Number 2, Justin Jefferson.
And
Nice
that
segue.
is Justin Jefferson of Minnesota. He's our number 2 consensus wide receiver.
Interesting.
I'm going to ask you, Royce. Are you a fan of Justin Jefferson at number 2? Do you think that's a good rating for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this, Chuck. Cup, Jefferson sitting there for you. You need a wide receiver. Are you taking Jefferson over Cup?
I am. I'm going to
Okay.
take Jefferson. He'll be my top guy off my list.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who could be a top 5 wide receiver playing for the Vikings, and the guy who throws him the ball, you got to give him some love,
John,
right?
tell him why Justin Jefferson is the number 2 receiver.
I mean, I have him as number 3 personally, but I think Cousins is going to be better than what we think this year. I think their system is going to be better. I mean, think about the coaches they've had. It's a bunch of defensive guys. Offensive coordinators aren't great. Justin Jefferson's still catching boatload of passes. He's still got Adam Thielen on the other side to draw the attention away. Not as much, but they've got that other third receiver who I think is going to actually be there and end up being their second receiver this year. And I can't remember his name for some reason. Gosh, do you guys remember what the other?
Oh yeah, that guy looked good too.
Yeah,
he had some big games.
Really good. Anyway, I like him a lot this year. I like him a lot. Although if I had that same scenario, I'm probably taking Cooper Kupp.
Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I am his number 2. Uber talented, man. I love him. I think I kind of agree with what Johnny was saying, and they're talking about possibly throwing the ball more to Cook, spreading it around. I don't think that's the case. I think it's going to leave Jefferson a little more open. In the first half of the season, I think he's going to tear it up. We'll see what happens in the second half, but I still look at him as number 2 for sure.
Yeah, and Thielen's getting up there. He's getting old.
Yes.
So they're going to rely more on Justin Jefferson. So I really like what I've been hearing in camp. The new offensive coordinator is a pass-happy kind of guy. He likes to open up the offense, and I think that's going to do wonders for Justin Jefferson. He could have a Cooper Kupp type year this year.
Ball game, was it Osborne? Is that right?
Yeah, KJ
Yes.
Osborne.
Yeah, KJ Osborne. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3, Jamar Chase.
Our consensus number 3 wide receiver is Jamar Chase. And is there any doubt? Jamar Chase had a tremendous rookie year. And we all know what happened in Justin Jefferson's second year. I see the same thing happening for Jamar Chase in his second year. Does anyone doubt that Jamar Chase will not be a top 3 wide receiver this year?
I mean, I had him at 4.
So you have a little doubt.
I had a little doubt, but he's going to be top 3 just by 1.
Just by 1. And that's just because they have a lot of mouths to feed. So there's a slight chance he may decrease a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I will tell you, 2 Bengals receivers are in my top 15. So that'll tell you kind of where Higgins lands.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
But, I think he's going to be phenomenal. But I think what Tony just said is the reason I have him at number 4. I don't know that he's going to get enough passes to overtake Kupp. And I have Adams at number 2 personally, and then Jefferson and then Chase. So
Chase finished as number 5 overall in points per game at the wide receiver position last year. I could easily see that go up. I just think Joe Burrow's completely healthy now. They opened the offense up in the second half of the season last year. You saw the results. Jamar Chase put up some humongous games at the end of the year, especially in the fantasy playoffs. I think it continues. I could see Jamar Chase leading fantasy football in points this year easily. I could see that.
You know, it's funny, I didn't realize it, but my 1 through 4 is how they ended up. Kupp, Adams, Deebo Samuel was in there. I would take him out. And then Jefferson and Chase is how that ended up last year. And that's how I have them on my list. I didn't realize that.
And it never repeats. It will not end that way. This year.
I know. Yeah.
Right. It's funny too. Remember the crazy thing about Chase? Remember his preseason, man. He can catch the ball. Remember that?
Yep.
I don't think he was even drafted in some of the leagues. I don't, because
that's
of that.
insane.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you become a top 3 guy. It's crazy. So.
All right, our number 4.
Number 4, Davante Adams.
Davante Adams, Las Vegas, new team. New quarterback, same old Devontae. I mean, Devontae Adams, he had a connection with Favre, or excuse me, I call him Favre.
Wow.
Favre.
Yeah. Anyway, he's going to have the same connection with Carr. He played college football with Derek Carr. They love each other very much. They talk glowingly about each other. I think this is going to work. And I think it's going to be Devontae Adams could easily be a top 2-3 wide receiver again this year. I see no reason why we should have him ranked any lower. John, what do you think about Devontae Adams this year?
I have him at number 2. That's how I feel about Devontae Adams this year. I don't think he's going to have fall off. I think, in fact, maybe even a little bit better. I think he's got a better wide receiver on the other side of him. He's got a tight end that everyone has to look at. Good running game. All the stuff that the Packers didn't have. Everybody knew the Packers were going to throw to Devontae, and he still managed to do as well as he did. Imagine him now on a team where he actually has people who draw attention away from him sometimes. So I love me some Devontae this year. And I think Carr is going to go off.
Yeah.
You like Devontae Adams, Tony?
No. Now, listen, I do. I mean, I like him. Like, he's amazing. I'm hoping they do well. I'm hoping he does well. I'm not sold. I'm not sold yet. Okay. Now, I don't have him in my top 5. He's dropped a little bit for me. Obviously, he's a badass, but I don't like it. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't know if it's the Carr had a good season, but I see some inconsistencies. I think it's going to take them 10 weeks before they start really gelling. That's what I'm going with. And I'm not even going to use it as a gut. The more I'm reading, there's just something that's bugging me. It's going to take them a while. That's just my opinion.
10 weeks?
Yeah.
10 weeks.
I think it's going to take mid-season or more.
Really? Even these guys
to
play
really
together?
go off. No, they're going to, yeah, I understand they have a history. Okay.
Mhm.
They're good. They're good. They're great. Whatever. I don't think, listen, they're going to be, he's going to score. Raiders are going to be good, but being like at a top 5 wide receiver numbers, I don't think he's going to do it. I just don't think so in a fantasy standpoint.
Well, look at Stafford and Cup, right? It's the first year together.
Oh, snap. That one
Sorry.
hurt a little
That hurt
bit.
a little bit.
Jeez.
Ow. Body blow, upper.
Yeah, but you're also talking a guy that he's wide open all the time, like we said. Golf, I mean, that whole thing was they took Stafford for a reason. They knew, they're like, listen, we got to the Super Bowl once, but we need that edge, and golf isn't our man. And I think I just think it's something different. I don't know, man.
My only concern, and these are 2 different situations. So Goff left the Rams, and in comes Stafford. So Cooper Kupp was already there. It's not like he went to a new team. Devontae Adams is going to a new team, playing for Derek Carr. And in the past, it's not fared well for fantasy receivers when they go to a new team that first year. They usually struggle or they go down in value in fantasy. So I'm a little
Always.
not always. I can only think of a few, and one was Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, yeah.
Of course, he had a monster year. But other than that, I can't think of too many guys that changed teams and just went off. Maybe Antonio Brown, you could
Can
say a
you
little
think
bit
of-
with Tampa.
Can you think of that many wide receivers who have gone in their prime like Moss did and like Devontae's? And usually
doesn't-
it's somebody
yeah.
who's like a hair past where they were,
Yeah.
you know.
But
It's
here's sorry to interrupt, but here's the main argument. Look at the quarterbacks. Do you guys consider a big difference between those 2 quarterbacks? What does Carr have to offer besides the experience in the past with Adams that's going to be better than Favre? There we go, Favre. No,
Rodgers. You
Then
there's no
Rodgers.
question that
what's he
Aaron
going to do better than Lynn Dickey? I'm just saying. What's
I forgot about that guy.
Aaron Rodgers is tons better than Derek Carr. And I've always said
what?
Derek Carr locks on to the first receiver he sees and wants to throw it to that guy. And he's very bad at progression. But he's going to lock on to Devontae Adams. And you
I was
saw what
gonna
he did
say.
to Waller. He
Yeah.
locked on to Waller 2 seasons ago. Waller had a monster year. I think he's going to do that with Devontae Adams. That doesn't mean he's a better quarterback than Rodgers. I just think he's going to really lean on Devontae, whereas Rodgers is better at kind of feeding everyone. I don't know. What do you think, John?
But then again, I have him at 7. Sorry to keep interrupting. I have him
Yeah,
at 7.
7's
So
fine.
I'm like
Yeah.
2 or 3 off from you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. And it's good that we all have differing opinions. That's what makes for an interesting show. Now, let's go on to number 5, fantasy wide receiver.
Number 5, Deebo Samuel.
And at number 5, we have Deebo Samuel, my favorite player last year. And Deebo, I'm concerned about because he doesn't want to run the ball anymore. And he really took off when he started running the ball and catching the ball and got a lot of touchdowns doing both. And I think if he's sacrificing his running opportunities and relying on just the pass with Trey Lance, I think he's going to go down some in fantasy football. What do you think, Johnny?
I have him at number 8. So I think this is high for him. If you said to go with my gut feeling list, the Johnny Ballgame gut feel list, Deebo Samuel would not be in the top 10 for me. Like he's going to have a massive fall off. I don't think Trey is going to be any good. And even if they keep Jimmy G around, he just had shoulder surgery. So it's not like he's fresh and ready to come in and throw some ball. So no, I don't like Deebo. He's a baby.
Tony?
All right, I have him ranked higher. And the truth is, the past 3-4 hours, I've been changing my mind. I still would leave in the top 10 by just, again, pure talent. And I also don't buy this whole running thing. I think if the Niners are struggling and they're not fluid with whatever quarterback, whatever the problem is, I think they're gonna rely on Deebo. And Deebo's gonna be like, man, I got to do something. And then he's gonna bitch next year and try and get traded again. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I definitely in the top 10. I have him as 4 right now, but I'm definitely changing my mind. That's not going to stick around. I hear you.
Couple of nuggets about Deebo real quick before we move on.
He's a Capricorn, likes long walks on the beach.
He's a Capricorn.
Oh, sorry.
Also, he was
Big
the
windsurfer.
other wide receiver in fantasy football that scored double digits in every single game he played. And that's a rare thing for 2 wide receivers to score double digits in every game for the entire season. I don't know if that's ever happened. I'm not going to go back and look, but that is amazing. And Deebo was very consistent. And also the man caught 1,400 plus receiving yards. Okay.
Because it feels good.
So you think, oh my gosh, he got to run a lot, but he was catching the ball and getting huge chunks as well. So maybe that continues. If he stops running, he still gets the yardage in the passing game. We'll see. But I just don't trust Trey Lance. I'm kind of with John on that.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. Number 6.
Number 6, CeeDee Lamb.
Number 6 is CeeDee Lamb. I was surprised, guys. You guys propped him up
Exactly where I have him.
there. You
Me
had him
too.
at 6, John. I did not. I dropped him down to 8, not too far down. But CeeDee Lamb kind of bit me in the ass last year in the second half of the season. He was not good.
And you like
Kind
it.
of faded in a lot of games. John, I want to start with Tony, actually. Tell me why you like CeeDee Lamb. Where did you have him, first of all?
I am at 6.
You had him at 6. Okay.
Yeah, I have him right there. I think that's right where he belongs.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come out of the gate a little bit better. I don't see it possible for Prescott not to be mentally, physically healthier. Like I said, right out of the gate, no Amari Cooper. I still think the running game's it's a little suspect. And I think this is going to be Lamb season. Another guy is just phenomenal. Last season was very disappointing. It just nothing clicked. They're going to be ready this year.
Just to add to that, from weeks 11 through 18, so basically like the stretch run, CeeDee Lamb was wide receiver 40 on 40.
You're saying that's not good.
That's not good.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, unless it's 40 out of 500. That's
Yeah.
that's not that right.
It's not good. Here's my thing about CeeDee Lamb and why I have him at number 6. I agree with Tony. I don't think he's going to have 2 bad years in a row. Who else are they going to throw to in Dallas?
Good call. Cooper's gone.
Cooper's gone. Cedric Wilson's gone. What's his face is coming off a knee injury. the other guy.
Michael Gallup.
Yeah, Mikey. So they've got him and the tight end, and the tight end's pissed off because he wants a new contract.
Dalton
So
Schultz is a
they're
good
talking
pick.
about
We'll
putting
talk about that.
Pollard in the slot.
Yeah.
Baby Debo Samuel Pollard.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Number 7.
Number 7, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs in Buffalo. Tony, last
Mhm.
year you called it. You said he would be in the lower half of the top 10, if that, and he didn't finish in the top 10 last year. Why do we think that now this year, all of a sudden, he's going to jump back into the top 10 and finish 7th? Tell me why.
Buffalo's year. Buffalo should have made it to the Super Bowl. They are out for revenge and vengeance and whatever word you want to come up with. And Diggs is going to be the main. He's a very, very important piece. You know, one of the top most important pieces. I don't see Diggs, and I just can't see them having a slow start. Is my point. They're going to come out just like they did in the playoffs. They're going to throw to that guy. They're going to kill it right away, and they have to, and they're not going to let up all season. So Diggs is bound to have a better season than last year. I put him at number 5, and that's it. I'm just dragging my feet right now, trying to be like, rah, rah. They're going to kill it. They're going to kill it. You guys all know they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. They're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
We're not afraid of the emergence of Gabriel Davis.
Nah.
I think it'll help.
Yeah.
I like Diggs because of what I told you last year of why he would be down. Diggs is every other year. Every other year. He's great. Guess what? Last year was his year to not be great. This year, great. I think Gabriel Davis will actually help. Royce just texted us and he'll be back on a little bit, having some technical issues. But yeah, I think Stephon Diggs. I have him at number 5. I actually totally believe in that guy this year.
All right, I don't.
Where'd you have him, Chuckles?
I have him
12.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we'll get to Gabriel Davis later. We'll talk about him. I think it's his time, and I think Diggs is going to take just a small
You have
step
Gabriel
back.
Davis in the top 20.
I do.
Chuckles. That's a balls call. This is a hot take.
And when you see where I have him, you're really going to call me ballsy. But we must go on. Number 8.
Number 8, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, now in Miami. I love Tyreek Hill. I think the Chiefs made a humongous mistake letting Tyreek Hill go. I think he's going to go to Miami and make Tua good. And I think with all his speed and the way Miami plays the game with the short passing game, I think Tyreek Hill is going to flourish. What do you think, Johnny?
I'm with you. I have him at 7. So yeah, I had him at 7. I think he's going to and the fact that he's got Waddle on the other side of him, I think this is a really dangerous team, and I think we are completely underestimating what Miami's going to do this year.
Tony?
I got him at 8. Yep, I feel you. And you know, again, as the summer goes on, I might drop him a little bit, but 8 is perfect. And if I would put him at a number 5 if he was, you know, still in Kansas City. I think you're right. It's a massive mistake.
He's the perfect receiver. He's the perfect receiver for Tua, because Tua likes to hit those guys in stride, on the run, fast, quick guys, and let them get the yards. And then Tua can also throw a deep ball. So, I mean, honestly, Tyreek is the perfect receiver for him.
I got him at 6. I agree with you guys. I think Tyreek's going to have a very similar season to what he had last year. He's going to put up, 1,400 yards, 90 catches, some touch. He's going to get some touchdowns. So can't see him not finishing in the top 10. So, all right. Next is number 9.
Number 9, Mike Evans.
I was actually surprised because normally we're not a fan of this guy because he's kind of vanilla. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay. But
Yeah.
this is his year, right, John? With all the injuries, Godwin, with Gronkowski retiring, which we didn't talk about. We'll talk about that in a minute. That opens things up where Brady kind of has to lean on Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And also Mike Evans has put up 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
He was number 11 in our league last year in wide receivers. And that was with Godwin. That was with Gronkowski. That was with Brown for a little bit, who was taking a lot of touches in the beginning of the year. Yeah, I have him right at number 9. That's where I actually ranked him as number 9. So I
Me
feel
too.
like now we're starting to actually follow Tony in my list, apparently. Tony and I have everybody ranked in the same place. Yeah, I think he's going to have a great year.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to have to lean on him, like you said.
Yeah.
That's going to be Tom Brady's main guy.
Yep.
So
If Godwin was healthy, by the way, I might drop him down a little bit, because I do think Godwin and him kind of go back and forth as to who gets the touches, but Godwin's not. So.
And I would like to say,
Godwin. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. I mean,
I was just gonna say, I still have Godwin ranked. I have a feeling that he's going to pull through. I mean, it's going to take a little bit, but I have him, squeaking into my top 20 still. I
have him just out. So I believe in it too. Yeah.
Now I think that the real reason Mike Evans is going to step up is because Brady's, security blanket, Rob Gronkowski's not going to be there.
Yeah.
At least for the first half of the year.
And Mike's a big receiver. Yeah.
I think that when Brady gives him a call about halfway through and he says, why don't you come back and play in the stretch run in the playoffs? Gronkowski's going to come back and play. That's what I think. So I don't think Gronk's out of the picture for good. I know you do, John.
Yeah.
But I still have hope that Gronkowski's going to come out of retirement again for the second time. I think he just hates training camp and all that crap, and he'll wait until he feels ready and he'll come back.
I think Rob Gronkowski is still going to have more fantasy points than Robert Tonyan. So
whether he plays or not.
Why do you hate Tonyan?
Every year he's a cock tease. Oh, Tonyan, it's his year. Never.
All right. Number 10.
Number 10, Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. He does it every freaking year. 100 catches, 1,000 yards. He doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he's good. He's going to finish top 15, top 10 almost every year. I can see why he's our 10th, although I had him down a little bit further at 15.
I did too. I don't know. I have him 12, so I don't know how he ended up.
11. Yeah, I got 11.
Right where he should be, I think. I mean, he's steady. Keenan Allen's steady.
I got him at 12. I have 2 other receivers ahead of him, even though quarterback issues just on raw talent. But you're right. Keenan Allen's steady. He's steady every year, and every year I go, I don't think he's going to do it this year. This is a year Keenan Allen didn't do it. And he does it every year. I thought he was going to. It was in for a major injury last year, if you remember.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the Johnny Ballgame Keenan Allen injury.
Yeah, I was totally off.
Yeah, right. And we're waiting on Royce to come back too.
Yeah, Royce is not coming back, folks. He's having technical difficulties, so we're gonna continue without him.
That
all right,
son of a bitch.
And poof, just like that, he was gone.
He was a wisp in our life.
Number 11.
Number 11, D. Higgins.
Cincinnati Bengal T. Higgins. So we have Jamar Chase at 3 and T. Higgins at 11 as a consensus. I like that. I like it. I think Joe Burrow is geared up, ready to go. He's going to be firing away.
That's the case.
Why can't these guys both be?
Who doesn't want Joey B this year?
Yeah. Yeah, T. Higgins is a monster. When he played last year, when he was healthy, he was putting up huge numbers. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. Why do you like T. Higgins so much, Tony?
Because he's a Bengal. That's it. That's the only reason. Can you imagine? Well, first of all, he's awesome. He's amazing. But can you imagine having those two guys next to you? Just the defense is going, all right, how are we going to do this? We
Bro.
can't let either one of them go. Can't
Then
let
you
them
throw then you throw Tyler Boyd in the
I-
slot.
I know.
That guy's the
hell of a
number
team.
2 for any other team.
And a
These
better
guys
offensive
complement
line.
each other so well.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you have T. Higgins, the big monster on the outside. He can go up and get it, right? And then you got the dexterity of Chase. And then you got the slot guy, Boyd. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, Joe Burrow, how can Joe Burrow not have a great year?
Dude,
All right.
I literally just talked myself right now into drafting Joe Burrow first. Like, I think I want Joe Burrow as my number 1 overall draft pick. He's got Mixon in the backfield. Who's
Yep.
the tight end? Hayden Hurst.
Hayden
or whatever?
Hurst. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ridiculous. That is an embarrassment of riches.
Number 12.
Number 12, Deontay Johnson.
Number 12 is Deontay Johnson. And you know who loves Deontay Johnson? The fantasy Rolls Royce, because he's back.
Yay, DJ. Actually had him
Deontay
last year. He
Johnson.
was good.
He was great last year. He quietly finished 9th with Ben Shitberger as his quarterback. And now he gets either Kenny Pickett or John's Angel from Buffalo.
Oh, Trubisky.
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky. And I think that's an upgrade because of the arm strength and the ability to get out of the pocket. Big Ben was just a big stiff last year. I think this will help Deontay Johnson, and he's very capable of finishing top 10. John, tell me what you like about Deontay.
First of all, he's a really good receiver. Let's just face it. He's just a really good receiver. Runs great routes. He drops a few balls. I will say that's the one thing that bothers me about him. But he catches way more than he drops, obviously, and he's really good after the catch. So I like him. And I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to be their starting quarterback. And I think, just like you said, he's going to get out of the pocket and he's going to cause some problems for some defenders. And that's where you get a Deontay who can get himself open and he never quits on the play. So I like him.
Deontay Johnson is the closest thing we have to Antonio Brown, the way he runs his routes. He's got that wiggle, and he's really good like a running back in the open field.
Yeah.
Very explosive. So I like Deontay Johnson. What do you think, Tony?
Well, the whole quarterback situation is slightly suspect to me. I mean, like Cordell Stewart, whoever's throwing to him, makes me nervous. But yeah, he's amazing. So
Wow.
yeah, I got him like squeaking in at the top 15. That's all I got to say.
You don't think Maddox is going to do well throwing to him?
Maybe Bobby Brister or something.
Oh, Bobby Brister. Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Number 13.
Number 13, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, Philly. We've talked about this. A new receiver going to a new team with a new quarterback usually don't fare well. A.J. Brown, I don't know. I know I've said I think he's going to do fine there, and I do, but he did not finish in the top 20 last year, and part of that was due to injury. I feel like we might be overrating him just a tad in a run-happy offense in Philly. What do you think, John?
Completely agree. I don't know why I ranked him at 10. Like I'm looking at my rankings and I go, did I really think? And it had to just be on sheer ability and talent is the only reason I ranked him that high. Do I believe Hurts is going to get him the ball better than Tannehill? Probably not. Probably not. So I don't know why I'm at 10. 15 probably should have been right about where I ranked him just on sheer talent and ability. So I'd like to apologize for skewing the list high. And I take the blame. So
Here's
Well,
the way
Johnny,
I see it.
I've always
A.J.
had a thing for
Brown.
Johnny. I love his stuff. So please go ahead. I'll comment in a minute.
A.J. Brown, if you put the ball right in his breadbasket, he drops it. But then you'll see him make some acrobatic one-handed catch on the wild throw. And you know who throws shitty balls all the time? Jalen Hurts.
I didn't think about that. You're right. He's fantastic on shit balls.
That's
So maybe
great.
this will work. All right, Tony, tell me what you were going to say.
I mean, I was just going to hit on Johnny, but it's too late. The joke is past. But we keep coming up with a lot of the same numbers. I have him at 10 also, and exactly what Johnny just said. I was thinking that about 5 minutes ago, going, "How do I have him at 10?" I mean, yeah, it's just because he's an exciting dude. He's had some big games, and last year wasn't the best for him, but we see what he's capable of. So I threw him in at 10. But yeah, I think it's going to be a struggle city over there. So that's that.
Go ahead.
I got a quick thing. Ball game. You know has the number one easiest wide receiver schedule this year according to the internet. Fly Eagles, fly. The Eagles actually. So AJ Brown top 10 maybe. We'll see.
That's why we have him ranked so high.
That's why. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Thank you.
number one easiest schedule this year for wide receivers.
Good point.
Well, they got a good receiving core. It's just can the quarterback
Can the ball get there? Yeah.
Number 14.
Number 14, Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
The Wad
Miami
man.
also has two top 15 wide receivers in our consensus list. Jalen Waddle joins Tyreek Hill. Sorry, Royce.
Who?
You had some Jalen Waddle shares last year. Tell me why you like Jalen.
I do a little. Well,
Loved him.
I loved him last year, but now we got this Hill guy or whoever. I can't remember his name either. Is it Hill? I think well, I mean, good news, bad news. Good news, hopefully Hill will be double team. Waddle will be open. Waddle goes underneath a lot, which is good. Tua can only throw the ball about 5 yards, so that's why he was so good last year. He catch the ball and just go. But yeah, he's a fun talent. Miami's going to be sneaky good this year. They're going to be fun to watch. So we'll see. But yeah, he's definitely top 15, just coming off last year. I mean, you can't rank him any lower or any higher than that. So
the thing about Jalen Waddle is that Tua loves him. Tua played college ball with him. It's his favorite receiver. He's going to pepper him with targets. I think Tyreek Hill will catch the deep balls, and I think Waddle will catch the underneath stuff, the slot stuff. So I think they're both capable of top 15 wide receiver seasons. Does anybody disagree with that?
I mean, obviously not, because we all ranked him in the top 15.
That's right. All right.
By deep balls, Chuck, do you mean 10 yards, 10 yard
10 yard out.
or 10 yard outs? Or
According to Tyreek Hill, Tua is more accurate than
more
Patrick.
accurate.
More accurate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Then who? Then what? Then me? Then who?
Then Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
Wow, how much you get? I hope we got a lot of live tour money, golf tour money to say that. Then that's another subject. Anyway, sorry.
You're
go ahead.
talking about my quarterback. You're talking about my quarterback.
Jeez. All right.
Number 15.
Number 15, Michael Pittman Jr.
Michael Pittman, Indianapolis.
Dirty
and there's
Trojan.
only one reason why for me, because Matt Ryan loves to throw to one receiver, and that's going to be Michael Pittman. There's no one else to throw to there, right?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
I think Pittman, had he had a better quarterback last year, would have had a better season, but he did have a couple really good games, and Matt Ryan's just a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. Do we all agree on that?
For sure.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yes, for sure.
So I think Michael Pittman's going to have a big year. We have him at 15. John, where did you have him?
I had a little lower than that. I had him 19, just because I think it'll take a little bit for him and Maddie to get on the same page. So that was literally the only reason. But again, as I told you when I sent you my list of receivers, anywhere from 10 to 20, you could rank them. You could switch any of them, and I'd be like, "Yep, that makes sense."
Absolutely.
And my just out group could have been my 10 through 20. So I just it's throw them all in the shoebox right now and shake them up.
All right, Tony, you did not have Pittman in your top 20. You don't like him?
3, 4, 5, 6, 21.
Okay,
21.
right outside.
Yeah. I feel exactly like Johnny again. I just fall into his footsteps, because if he fails with all these predictions, I can blame him. And if he's successful, I'll be like, yeah, I told you, I agree.
Told you, I don't. Yeah, John and
But
I
yeah,
were right on it.
Yeah, Pittman's awesome, and Matty Ice is awesome, but yeah, it might
Sure.
take him a little bit of time. So 21 for me.
16.
Number 16, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, Carolina. I don't like DJ Moore. He's not in my top 20. I don't like the quarterback situation. Even if they get Baker Mayfield, I don't like the quarterback situation. DJ Moore had a subpar season last year. Why do we like DJ Moore? I'll start with you, Tony.
We don't. I liked him more last year, and it didn't come through because of the quarterback situation. So unless something better pops up out of nowhere, sure, maybe, because that's all they got to throw to is DJ Moore, really. But it's not going to happen until they get a quarterback. So no, I don't like him even in the top 20.
John.
So, DJ Moore finished 21 in our league last year. He averaged 14.96 a game, and Deontay Johnson was at 18 a game. So he had 4 more points per game. And we're like, Deontay Johnson's an amazing receiver, and DJ Moore, we're not sure. So I had DJ Moore actually at 13. I think he's going to have a better year. And I think it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I think that guy's going to catch some balls, and I think he's really good after the catch. I like watching that guy play.
Okay. Number 17.
Number 17, DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, the Greek god. The guy is probably ranked 17 on our list because he's got a ridiculous body. But other than that, he had a shitty year last year. He's got an even shittier quarterback situation, and we have him ranked 17. I didn't have him in my top 20.
I don't either. Who ranked him in there?
Tony, I
did.
did. I
think
did.
I had him. I think I had him too up there. It's hard to
Yeah.
It's hard to not put him in there. He's such a talent. I mean,
I know, man.
it's hard.
Come on, he's a
Look at
badass.
the quarterback roster.
I hear you.
Someone's got to play quarterback, right? I don't know. I mean, he's not going to not have any catches or any touchdowns, right?
Hey,
I mean, it's going to happen.
Ask the Denver Broncos receivers who were really good how it was playing with Locke last year.
Just ask them how they finished.
Yeah. No.
They didn't have that body though.
That's a good point.
Those two guys together did not equal one Metcalf.
So all Seattle players are toxic. Is that every same ball game? You stay away from everybody.
There's not one Seattle player that I want on my team this year. And I'm not just saying that. I literally have zero desire to have a Seattle Seahawk on my team.
Yeah. Take the under and wins
Kicker
for them too. Oh, kicker, yeah. Good
I want their kicker.
You
I don't
take
even want
Metcalf
the
number
frickin'
3, wouldn't
kicker.
you? How would you not take Metcalf as at least a third wide receiver?
You have to.
You have to. You can't. He's such a talent.
Yeah, I mean, DK scored a lot of touchdowns last year, and for half the year, Russell Wilson was out, and he was having, who's that guy that sucks real bad? Geno Smith. Geno Smith was.
He's one of the two possible quarterbacks.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
Drew Lock.
DK can still catch some touchdowns. It doesn't matter who's quarterback. So that's why he's in our top 20. I don't like him in the top 20, but I could see him finishing in the top 20 with,
I not only didn't have him in my top 20, I didn't have him in my just out group, which consisted of 10 more people.
Ooh.
So he's not in my top 30.
Don't.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, I'm no longer attracted to you, Silver Fox. Those days are done. They're done.
Just broke up with you.
Oh, that's so sad. We had such a good
All
thing
right.
going.
Number 18.
Number 18, Gabriel Davis.
Gabriel Davis, Buffalo. Another guy that's not in your just missed list, John.
Nope.
So Chuck, tell us why.
Okay. I know. Gabriel Davis. It's all me. I picked him 9th on my list.
Woo.
Did you guys realize in the playoffs, did you not watch the last game where Gabriel Davis had 8 catches for 201 and 4 tutties? Emmanuel Sanders is gone, folks. Cole Beasley is gone, folks. You know who's going to line up outside of Stephon Diggs from now on in his 3rd season in the NFL?
Don Beebe.
Davis. I'm telling you guys, I have this Johnny Ball game gut feeling. Gabriel Davis is going to be a top 10 wide receiver.
All right.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Well, crazier things has happened.
Didn't they just get somebody else too, though?
Yeah, they got Jamison Crowder.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Who is a slot receiver, by the way? He's not going to line up outside.
Oh, okay. That's a sneaky good pick, don't you think? Pick up Crowder?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why Buffalo's going to be good.
I love it. So Chuck's going on about Gabriel Davis, and Royce is like, "That's a sneaky pick, Crowder. Don't you think, Crowder?" That tells you where he feels about Davis.
I digress. Throwing curveballs, ball game. That's what I do.
I love it. I love it.
Spitballs and curveballs. Your way. Here we go.
Well, it's a good thing we record this show because in 18 weeks when the season's over and Gabriel Davis is a top 10 wide receiver, we can come back and play this again.
Yeah.
You guys all laughed at me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think that you're wrong necessarily. I just didn't put him in my original top 10 list or my top 20 list or my top 30 list.
Yeah.
He's going to have 6 games where he goes off. 6 games.
And he's going to be the Tyler Lockett of this year.
Perfect. All right, you're back. I see that glimmer in your eye again.
Yeah.
All right.
We're back. Okay. Yeah, I knew you couldn't resist me.
Lockett, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's going to be the Tyler Lockett of this season.
I'm going to tell you right now.
So congratulations, Chuck.
Gabriel Davis is going to outscore our number 19 guy. I'm telling you right now. Number 19.
Number 19, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin in Washington. And by the way, John, I love the fact that you said they're not the Redskins anymore, but they're the Commandos.
Yeah.
Actually,
I know. I meant it.
But I've got it stuck in your head. We're calling them the Commandos on this show.
Oh, I meant it. I can't call them the Commanders. I hate that name.
And they picked up Jahan Dotson, who in my opinion is more talented than Terry McLaurin. And they have Carson Wentz at quarterback. Why in the world do we think Terry McLaurin would be in the top 20? John, tell me.
I didn't have him in my top 20. So I'm going to blame others for this one. So I'm with you. I barely had him in my just out group. First of all, he's not happy. He wants out. He's got a quarterback throwing to him that sucked last year. Ask Pittman. And there's not that much talent on that team. So good luck to you, Commandos.
Tony, why do you like McLaurin?
I don't know. I just like him, dude. I just like him. I liked him 2 seasons
Ohio
ago.
State homer pick.
He was exciting to watch there for a while, and I'm just going with a gut, man. I think this is Wentz's last chance, and McLaurin isn't real happy, so he's going to try and prove something. They're going to try and put something together and have an okay season. That's what I'm going on.
Terry McLaurin's definitely capable of a top 20. I'm just joking around.
If he got traded, I'd totally have him in my top 20.
To Seattle?
Yeah. Then they could have 3 awesome receivers if they can't throw 2.
And no quarterback.
Oh, that's a wasteland in Seattle. All right.
It is.
Let's finish this list. Number 20.
Number 20, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper in Cleveland. If, and I say if, Deshaun Watson somehow doesn't get suspended for the whole year, Amari Cooper can be a top 20 wide receiver. If he does not, I don't see it. John, what do you think?
I don't have him in mind. I don't like him. I didn't like him that much in Dallas last year, and he was playing with a really good quarterback. This year, he's going to be playing with Jacoby Brissett.
Oof. The end.
Full stop.
Probably.
Mic drop.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. It's going to be hit or miss. Like I said, it's all dependent on whether Deshaun Watson plays this year or not. If they maybe
does play, I don't know if I like him.
Yeah. Maybe they can
Well-
talk Baker Mayfield into playing. I don't know. But if Jacoby Brissett is
yeah.
quarterback, it's bad.
Even with Landry gone? No, still?
Sure, they got to lean on him, but I mean,
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's not the kind of guy you like to lean on, to be honest.
No, that's
Always
true.
points.
That's very true.
He's at his best when there's another really good receiver on the other side. Name the other good
Facts.
receiver on the Browns.
Yeah. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some guys that didn't make the list. I want to lead
I'm a
off
little
with
bit
one.
pissed off about one of them. I have to
You
tell
know
you.
what? I'm going to let you go first, John. Who are you pissed off about?
He's my number 14. You guys are forgetting about this guy because he plays on the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the back half of the season had as good of a half a season as any receiver in the league last year. That guy, and I'm telling you, he's just going to get better. He was a rookie last year.
John, let me back you up on that. Amon St. Brown from weeks 13 through 18 was wide receiver 2.
Ooh.
And they've
You know-
added weapons. They
and you
beefed
know how
up
I
their
know
offensive
that?
line.
Because I had him, motherfucker.
Yes, you did, Johnny. All right. I want to bring up a guy. Darnell Mooney in Chicago. He quietly
Good one.
had a great season last year. Came
Good one.
off real strong in the second half.
Mhm.
And they got to get improvement at the quarterback play this year, right? I mean, Darnell Mooney, they're going to lean on him. He's basically all they got. If you count Pringle, I don't know if you want to count Pringle.
No.
Darnell Mooney should be a top 20 wide receiver. Why is he not on our list?
And you know what? I'm a Bears fan, and I didn't even put him in my just out group.
Shame on you, Johnny Ballgame.
Well, part of the reason I didn't is because I'm a Bears fan, and I was really feeling like you're gonna put him in there just because you're a Bears fan, and I didn't want to have the Tony syndrome where I only draft Bengals, and so I just didn't want to do that. And again, I think the Bears are going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
Yeah.
As a fan, it pains me to say.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what, ball game, you guys did nothing in the offseason. Zero. Which is scary.
Tony,
No, I'm with you.
did we leave anyone off the list that you like?
Here's my gut. I have like 4 guys tied at 20. You guys are going to laugh at this. This is going to be my one. And it's actually the 4th wide receiver for the Bengals. No, I'm kidding. I
Who was the 4th wide receiver?
I don't even know. I don't think this dude's going to go off, but I think he's going to be consistent. And I'm saying it right now. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Number 20.
Tony, you
Number
farted.
20. Oh, I have like 4 times. I was keeping it quiet so I don't ruin the show. Number 20.
I don't think that's a
Juju.
horrible pick. I don't
have
think
a
it's a
feeling.
Juju
horrible
Smith
pick.
Shyster. You got to be kidding me. Come on.
I think look at the system. He's healthy. I mean, come on. There's still a thing there.
Pat Mahomes can throw 3-yard passes. I know he can.
Easily, at least.
What about
Just
Sky
just
Moore?
not as
though?
accurately as Tua.
I mean, we're not worried about Sky Moore taking away. Seems to be the
I mean,
big-
honestly, though, Valdez Scantling is also on that team, so
That's
true. That's
I'm
true.
not sure who's going to be the main target there.
Right.
But I don't mind a Chief sneaking in there because they do still have Patty Mahomes there. So
Right.
I don't hate it. I
Right.
don't hate it.
Let's not forget about Chris Godwin, too. Now, he may or may not play the first 6 weeks. He might be on the PUP. We'll see. And it might take him a few weeks to get back to health. All right. But when he plays, he's a top 20 wide receiver with Tom Brady. Yes.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I
then
got a
the other
couple
guy-
names.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rashad Bateman. He's
Yeah.
taking the Marquise Hollywood Brown. group
right,
last
right,
year.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
So Rashad Bateman was my number 18. I do have Hollywood Brown. I mean, Nuke Hopkins isn't going to play for the first 6 weeks at least.
Right.
So I got Hollywood Brown at my number 20, even though he kind of pissed me off last year.
And the year
All right.
before.
Now, I want to bring up someone that you guys pissed me off about that didn't make your list. I don't understand. Cortland Sutton. Are we going to get Sutton this year, Johnny Ballgame? I think Johnny froze.
Oh
No, I'm not
Johnny.
froze. I'm not froze. That was just
Are you-
my face that I was making. You think I'm going to go out on a limb for Cortland Sutton this year? How many times did that guy screw me last year?
Better QB. Come on.
Got a better QB. Yeah.
I know, but I think Jerry Judy's the man to have on that group. I think Jerry
Oh,
Judy's
wow.
the guy who's going to go off.
Okay.
On
Judy's
Yeah.
Judy's number one for you in that.
Yeah.
In that. Yeah, I agree.
How about a guy that's finished top 20 like every year he's played, and we still disrespect his ass? Brandon Cooks.
I did not. I had him
Yeah.
at 17.
He's sneaky good.
Yeah.
I had B Cooks at number 17. I did not disrespect him.
He always
And-
pulls
and-
out numbers.
Always.
Always.
Always. And it doesn't matter who's quarterback, even though we like Davis Mills.
Mills. Yeah.
Okay. We do like him. I mean, he finishes top 20 every year. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's just weird because they didn't trade him for somebody to another
Yeah, I
team.
know.
That guy
I
gets
know.
traded more than anybody in the world.
You didn't go to his 9th team in 6 years? Like, yeah, right? Yeah.
I mean, you could talk about Allen Robinson again. I do think that guy's going to have a top 20 season. You could talk about Mike Williams from the Chargers. Nobody's even mentioned him. He
Right.
finished,
That's true.
He just got paid.
16th in our season last year.
Just got paid.
What about the
too.
Saints? What's
Yeah.
going on in New Orleans? Is there anything going on there?
Hey,
Yeah,
Royce, do you
let's
like
talk to
anybody?
Royce.
Royce, what do you-
Yeah, there you go.
What do you
Sorry,
think about
sorry.
New Orleans?
Oh, Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Anyone else have him in their outside top
No.
50? No?
No.
Comeback player of the year?
I hope so.
Never know.
Wow.
Never know.
I think the season's more interesting with that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he's cooled off. He's healthy. He's got his old boy
Ish.
Winston back there. Ish. Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
what's his face from the Browns over there, the other side now.
Yeah. They're gonna be
Landry?
fun.
Yeah, Landry.
And he's
They got all those
Is he-
young kids, those young
Yeah.
strong men that were there.
Yeah.
last year.
He's if he's half the guy he was, 5, 6 years ago, why not, right? He'd be worth a flyer, 12, 13 round.
6 years ago.
12, 13 years
He will be
ago.
exactly half the man he was 5 or 6 years ago. So
So
congratulations.
hey, 12th
50
round.
catches.
Pick him up. Why not?
Roll with Royce, the degenerate gambler.
All right. We've exhausted the wide receivers. We got one more surprise for you. Since our boy, the Fantasy Rolls Royce, made his triumphant return for the show, we got to go degenerate gambler.
Yes.
You got 2 bets that you want to make this year, prop bets. Hit us, Royce.
Rams over under 10.5 games. They do have the hardest schedule this year, but they can't eat, they can't get 11 wins this year. There's something wrong. The division is not as good as it was last year. I think they roll, maybe lose 1 in their division. And then outside of the division, their teams aren't that terrible. So I see a 13 win season for the Rams. So take the over. It's 10.5 to take the over and wins for the Rams.
All right. And then you had something for opening week?
Yeah, opening week. Every year, look at the underdogs, or at least the teams that are not favored. Except Jacksonville, of course. You bet on Jacksonville, you're just an idiot. But look at the teams that have decent sized spreads that are at home. Take them. The first week every year, every single opening season for NFL, the underdogs will cover. So look at your favorite underdogs. I'm not saying they're all gonna hit, but most of the underdogs will pay out first weekend of the season, just because it's the first weekend of the season, and people are still getting their footing. So
Hard not to
something like
laugh
that.
when Royce, laying down the way he is talking about decent.
I know. Hey, well, how else do you want me to be, baby? Come on, living the life. Let's go.
You are a decent sized spread, Royce.
Hey-o. So there you go.
Sounds like Darth Vader. you really do.
He
The
does.
microphone's all sensitive. And
Yeah, it does. You should breathe really heavy into the
He
mic.
literally just said, "Chuck, I am your father," which is weird. I just didn't see that coming.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's show. We're going to wrap it up. I want to thank Johnny freaking Ballgame.
Man, it's good being back. I like this weekly shit. I don't like not talking about football. So thank you, Chuck. Thanks for running this, man.
You got it. And thank you, Sir Poops a lot.
you got it.
Another
You got
great
it.
show.
Absolutely.
Best plopper
My
in the business.
That's right. And the triumphant return of the fantasy Rolls Royce. Thank you, Sir Royce.
Nice to see you boys and your
Good to
smiling
see you,
faces.
man.
That was fun.
Having you back.
Thank you.
Now
Thanks for
let's
having
not
me.
go 10 weeks without seeing your ass again.
Yeah, no shit, man.
See you next season. We'll see you around week 11. All right.
All right, guys, this was Fantasy Sports Island. We hope you enjoyed. If you do enjoy this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Maybe throw us a like, hit us with a comment, hit that notification bell because we'll be back next week. And next week, we're going to have a mock draft. And everyone likes to watch mock drafts, right? So county ball game, Tony.
Yeah, it's like we are?
We're
Okay.
going to have a mock draft next week.
Love it. I
I
love
gotta
it.
fit Juju. Gotta get Juju in there, baby.
Got it, yeah.
Gotta get your
The
juju.
shyster, baby. The shyster. Aloha, guys.
Later.
Later.
Peace.
Tune in next week for another episode of Fantasy Sports Island.